So I spent 6 years of my life on this campus from middle school to high school, and that concludes this little trip.
Why did you bring me on a tour of your high school again?
Oh yeah, I did bring you up here before. Well, I was going down memory lane because your senior year is coming up, and to be honest with you, I found a little something. Let's see. Bam! My senior yearbook from Raleigh, class of '99.
You brought me here because of a yearbook?
As you can see, Knowledge Bowl, yours truly.
Okay.
Quillen's Royal. Oh, look, number 6 in the class of '99 at Raleigh. Boy was smart.
You must have been smart,
Your boy was smart. Your boy was smart.
Okay.
So what stands out to you?
You know, it looks very old. It's in black and white, right? See that, right?
Wait. We had some color pages for the seniors. Not all of us in black and white. We don't have y'all high-tech stuff like y'all do today.
So old.
Ugh. And as you see, I was in Club International. I went to Italy and France.
That's cool.
Yeah, I did all that good stuff, but back home when we got back, we had spring, we had prom and baccalaureate coming up. As you can see, I didn't go to any of that stuff.
At least you had a prom.
Oh man, okay, yeah, you're right. We had a prom. I didn't go to it, but wow, 2020 didn't have their prom, and y'all might not. Okay, but you had great memories with your band at Millington, and here's our band and choir. Oh my God.
Ooh, shade.
Okay, Thomas Sellers back with another bestsellers list, and this got me in trouble here today. I gotta go track down Taliyah, so I can talk to her and have a serious talk with her about her top 10 things that she's concerned about losing for her senior year with this whole global pandemic going on. So it might get a little serious, it might be a little emotion, but we're here at my old stomping grounds of Raleigh, where I got a chance to enjoy my senior year back in 1999. So I'm starting to understand how important it is, not only to the class of 2020 who just graduated, but our upcoming seniors. So let's hope we look back at this by May and realize we worried about nothing. But let's go talk to her once I go find her.
Giselle.
I can't believe you did this.
Taliyah, sweetie, I'm so sorry. I wasn't thinking this all the way through. I apologize. You know, I'm a proud Pharaoh. It says right there, we do rule. But I digress. Seriously, I know you got a lot of consumers, and we've been doing this bestsellers list for a while. You've been watching me count down my stuff, but this week I'm gonna let you have it. I'm gonna hear your top 10 reasons why you're concerned about your senior year. Now, you sent me the list, and you wrote number 10, just going to school. What do you mean by that?
You know, going to school is something special about going to school, interacting with your peers, and all that stuff. Because over the computer, it's not the same connection as going to school. When you go to school, you get to see your peers, you get to see your teacher, you know, you get to interact with everybody, and you get to have fun and actually make memories that you're happy about and all that stuff.
And that's what this yearbook right here means. Just sitting here, this is where I started 6th, 7th, 8th grade. And then I moved up those steps and went to the high school. And Eric, Roche, Danny, Chris, there's so many I can name. And those memories were created by going to school, so I understand that. And that's number 10.
Giselle.
Okay, and number 9 was something that you really didn't think too much about when we used to talk when you were a sophomore and junior. You kind of mocked it a little bit, but that senior picnic, now you kind of understand why the Millington Central High School holds the senior picnic. Talk about that.
You don't realize it until it's happening. Like, it's the end of the year, your senior is getting closer to graduation, and you know, the senior picnic is kind of the last moment together on campus as classmates and all that stuff, and friends and everything. And you know, it could be the last time you see each other until graduation, and then after that, that's the last memory. And when you're off to college, that's the only thing you have of each other.
Well, the funny thing for me is this right here. It took me 10 years to run into a lot of my classmates after you graduated in '99. I didn't start seeing them until 2009. So it's weird. You won't see each other again. I can tell you that from experience. And we had one classmate pass away our senior year. That's when we realized we weren't not all together. So that picnic is important. and that's why it made the top 10 list.
Giselle.
Okay, so number 8 you put on your list was pep rallies. Now, right behind our camera is the gym where we had our middle school pep rallies. Then we had the senior section, junior section, sophomore section, freshman section. And each year I couldn't wait till we were the big dogs. We won every pep rally our senior year, no matter what. We could have been quiet. We were going to win the pep rally. But with you being in the band, what does a pep rally mean to you?
It's fun at pep rallies. You know, you get to interact if you're sitting in classes, but with the band it's kind of different because like you're playing music and it's kind of like giving a show, and it's a little more fun because like you basically do more than just screaming and cheering. Like you actually perform for everybody, and everybody's listening to you and dancing to what you're playing and all that stuff, and it's very
Y'all
fun.
control the tempo. Y'all the maestro. Once y'all play that fight song, y'all know everybody's. So I see why that made your list at number 8.
Giselle.
So number 7 on your list is club activities. You keep your Goddaughter pretty busy. Gotta pick you up out the choir sometimes and go to performances, band, and all that stuff, yearbook. So you gonna miss those things?
Yes. Band, it's just really special in my heart, and choir. And then yearbook is kind of, it's kind of like practice for the newspaper. I take pictures, I interview students sometimes, all this stuff, and it's really fun. There's also other club activities like Cool Be Kind, where, spread positivity and anti-bullying and stuff like that. Key Club and Honor Society and all those other clubs that, people get to be a part of and interact with their peers and friends and make bonds.
It is how you make bonds and get a connection with your family. You join band because you follow your sisters Tiana and Christina's footsteps. So that does have very special meaning to you. And I understand why that's number 7 on your list.
Giselle.
So coming in number 6 this week for you is after school practice, which we kind of alluded to. I've taken naps in my car waiting on you to get out, but once I hear y'all do y'all breakdown.
Pride drill.
Okay, pride drill. What is the pride drill? What is it? Can you do it for us real quick? Are we too sure? Y'all hear trolls all across Millington in the sky. Trolls. But talk about what you want to do.
Basically, practice is really fun because we practice it for performing on the field to, show our show out there and all that stuff. But like practice, we kind of, when we have breaks, we play, we joke, all that stuff, and laugh, and it's kind of just making more memories. Like, and I really enjoy band. It's one of my favorite parts of school.
Wow. Well, alto saxophonist. We know we enjoy you being out there. But speaking of alto sax, we're going to get another perspective of one of your good friends and classmate, and she's y'all drum major this year? Gena Parker. Okay, we're going to talk to her. We're going to head out to Millington and talk to her. But we're coming back here to finish the countdown on Royal Pharaoh ground. Hi, it's Thomas Sellers Jr., and we're at the midway point of the bestsellers list. We'll give Taliyah a break and all the things that she's concerned about, and go to one of her classmate, peers, friends, and she suggested that I talk to you, Miss Gena Parker, and you're a drum major for the band that y'all participate in, also class president for your class, National Honor Society, 30+ club. Okay, I'm running out of breath, but you do a lot, and incoming senior. But all the things that you've done over the past 3 years are kind of in jeopardy. What are your feelings on the eve of another school year?
My concern is socially, the senior class, they've been waiting for this year for a while. Me personally, I've been looking forward to it since we were in middle school. And so my main concern is socially how we're going to do with the possibility of football and basketball and pep rallies, even just that stuff. That draws a lot of kids to come to school. And so that's my main concern.
Now, do you want to go to school virtually or do you want to be in person?
In person.
Why is that?
Because I need to see my friends.
Okay, that's your friend Taliyah echoed those same sentiments. Other thing that she's concerned about losing, like just the interaction clubs and things like that. Some of the clubs you're a part of, and how have they built up your experience at Millington Central High School?
It makes you want to come to school because like Wednesday's club day. I need to go to school on Wednesday, and it also it kind of in a roundabout way makes you have friends. That you're going to see that person because. Especially at the high school when we're all jumbled up, we have different classes and stuff. Sometimes you might only see your friend in a club, or like I only see a lot of my friends in band. And so
Okay. Now, one important club is your book. And when I open up your book, I see you all throughout. If you're either part of the organization or, like you said, your friends. So talk about how important that social interaction is for people your age. Because before y'all get out there in the real world, this is where y'all get that litmus test to see how y'all handle things. Why is that so important?
Well, like you were saying, this is the age where we're learning just how to be around people and how to disagree with people and how to agree with people and how we feel about certain things.
Diversity and stuff like that.
Right, and we're learning culture, and especially with everything that's going on in the world today, we need to know how we feel about a lot of things. And I think if we were to be doing all virtual and we're stuck at home 5 days a week, we won't get that.
So what is your dream scenario for 2020-21 school year?
5 days a week, no problem.
Wow. Okay. So
my dream scenario would be no coronavirus.
Okay. So we're hoping for that cure. We all hoping, praying for that vaccine and everything to come out. But let me ask you a couple more questions. You have to be a virtual drum major. How's that going?
To be honest with you, I don't know. From what we're being told, we have to hold off for the first few football games, and if anything changes, we'll get to go, but we'll just be in the stands. We won't get to do a field show. So we're going to do as much as we can to support the school and to do whatever. But I think this year is going to be a fundamental year for the band to just go back to the basics. We have a lot of incoming freshmen, so that's good. We'll have a strong basis. But yeah, we'll do what we can.
Yeah, I got some strong senior leadership with you, Ed, and Taliyah, and others. Now, I guess my last question would have to be, we're looking at your football field, and everybody calls it a football field, but talk to some of y'all call it a band field. And band season is just as important as football season. At the end of the year, senior night, you seeing your friends who preceded you when they do the traditional, the hat, passing it forward, and all those things. Do you hope to have that moment, the moment with your parents walking out? Talk about how important it would be to you to have that night.
I do. I hope that we can at least have that, because that is a moment that I, for one, can say I've been looking forward to since my freshman year. And it's just a big night because it's kind of like this is our last hurrah on the football field until graduation.
It's true. So hopefully you have a few big moments out there on the football field. Like I said, let's hope by May we look back at this video and laugh and say what we were so concerned about and worried about. But Ms. Gena, I appreciate you taking a moment of time at the midway point. We're about to get to the rest of Taliyah's countdown.
Giselle.
Got to thank Gena for participating and helping us out there. Now we're back at my old stomping grounds, and I changed once again back into what I had on so we can continue your countdown, sweetie. At number 5, and what was your number 5 again? I'm getting old.
Sporting events.
Oh yeah, I should have known it. That is our bond and friendship and father-daughter type bond developed here at Raleigh. We went to a Millington football game a couple years ago. Raleigh won 12-10, but we're gonna leave that out. But why is sporting events so special to you?
Mainly because of football. Football, we get to play in the stands, and we're so hyped, and we're cheering and yelling, playing songs, go Trojans, all that stuff. And it's then, when it's halftime, even though most of the time I'm extremely nervous to get on the field in March, I still go out there and try my best, play my music and focus on marching and making my spots on time and in the right way and all that stuff. And then basketball games, I just really enjoy basketball.
Yeah.
Watching basketball.
You played 1 year, so. Yeah, you did technically.
We don't bring that up.
Okay.
And so basketball games, we get to play the national anthem. We also play at the football games as well, but we play the national anthem. And some of the pep tunes are a little bit up to more kind of funky, fun, and you get to dance. Like the Salt and Pepper, Push It, and Halftime. So I really enjoy the sporting.
And you like to hang out with me during the spring at the baseball, softball games too. So
even
those
though
are
we're freezing cold.
Yeah, those dope, but those help make special memories. That's why it's number 5.
Giselle.
Now, number 4 kind of parlays off number 5, playing, performing, but this time it's all about y'all. There's nobody there to see football players, basketball. They're there to see y'all in choir, they're there to see y'all in the band. Talk about how special, especially y'all open up the performing arts centers this past year.
Yes. With a band, I really enjoy concerts, and people, when they hear us, sometimes we play so good that we actually sound like the radio is playing. So, get to show off that talent. And then with choir, I really enjoy singing, and, that's kind of just a natural talent that comes to me, and I enjoy singing. So it's really fun to perform at concerts.
So Miss Wooddrain to Mr. Smith to Miss Thomas, under their direction, you did a lot of great memories. But for me, a special memory came in the old Civic Center when everybody complained about the acoustics there. But when y'all did the Home Alone score, I literally thought somebody was playing the movie. And when I came down there, I was like, wow, y'all were amazing that night. So I know it means a lot to the parents as well once they hear everything come to perfection. So I kind of understand why it ranks so high, and it's number 4.
Giselle.
Okay, now coming in at number 3. Now, since I've been at the Millington Star, I've been requested to come to the prom to take pictures. I always find an excuse I'm gonna be busy, but if we do have a prom in 2021, I will be there on assignment to get pictures and make sure everything goes smooth that night. So I'm hoping that we do have a prom this year.
Me too. I really want to have prom. It's kind of, more of a girl's moment because she gets all dressed up, makeup and hair and all that stuff. But I want to go to prom because, I don't know, it's just something that, it's just something girls just want to do most of the time. And it's really fun. It's like
practice for a wedding day.
Yeah, and it's like the dance and all that stuff, being around like your peers again. And you don't really have a lot of high school dances, so prom is kind of like that one important dance.
And since I didn't go to my prom, I'm pretty sure you'd be glad to share your prom with me, yo.
No.
We'll see about that. We'll discuss this off camera. I'm going to.
No.
Giselle.
Okay, we'll settle that later. But at number 2, you've been talking about it throughout this whole countdown. Being out there on that field with your saxophone and your peers performing. What is it?
It's just something about performing. Even if nobody's listening, it's just something about performing on the field that's just so special. But this year, we had kind of like everybody having our back. The student section was with us and all that stuff, and like getting off the field and hearing people cheer for us and all that stuff. And like the funny thing people would say in the student section is, Mumford ain't got nothing on y'all. And so it was just really funny, and I really enjoyed the football games and performing. So.
And I remember seeing you at my mom's house in the front yard practicing your steps. So I know how important it is to you. And I also know y'all band seniors want that moment on the last football game where you walk out with your parents. And I know that you said your mom, your dad Chris, will march out, but you wanted me to walk you out there as well. And I always told you I couldn't do that. But I pray if they allow y'all to walk on the field, I'll be honored to escort you out there as well. So I'm starting to understand why your list has its ranking the way it does and how it affects parents and those guardians as well. So let me get my emotions together, and we're going to do number 1, a place that's important to me and sacred to me.
Giselle.
And we're at number 1, and behind me is where pharaohs go to rest, in a pyramid. 21 years ago, May 29th, I had my graduation. All my classmates, girls were in red, boys were in black. We were proud Raleigh pharaohs. We walked across that stage. That was the last time we had an official act as Raleigh pharaohs. Now, you went to Millington's graduation this past year for 2020. You saw how it was different, how it was spaced out. How did you feel about that? And what are your hopes for your graduation in 2020?
I just hope they find a care by May so I can have a regular graduation like the other upperclassmen, and so it doesn't have to be so spaced out and disconnected. But this graduation, just being able to walk across the stage, especially as the youngest out of my family, like out of my siblings and my cousins, who are basically like brothers and sisters to me as well. So being the last one to graduate is kind of like a big moment.
Yeah, it's going to be a big moment for the family. It's going to be a big moment for me personally as your godfather. I normally take pictures, but with your name being C, I might not be able to take the rest of the picture because I'd be too busy crying. I almost cried a second ago. It'll be very emotional for me to see you walk across the stage, but I hope you get to shake Mr. Neal's hand. I hope you get to shake Mr. Griffith's hand, Miss Hell, all those people who helped you through these past 4 years, because that's a real special gift for you.
And actually being able to have them in the picture with me because they weren't allowed to take pictures. So
it's those little things that matter the most. So I hope you get your chance to go to your clubs, play a saxophone and on the field one more time, all those good things, going into your senior year. So, but I thank you for taking time, putting up with me at the Raleigh Egypt and putting up with me at the Pyramid and all those good things. So, anything else you like?
I have a little surprise for you.
Oh my God! Oh my God!